So, hello everyone, I'm Ira Понедельник from n-ost, and we together with Ken Ika have Communicators Network, and that's why we have this webinar today. I'm really happy to introduce you our colleague Baktygul Chynybaeva, and she is going to talk about AI, how to use them for climate communication and climate journalism. And Baktygul is like really right person to say about it. She has a lot of experience in the region. This is fantastic. And if you will have any questions, you can type in chat. I can also ask Baktygul to answer to them. And we are planning to have 1 hour or more, or 1 hour and a half. We have this time for this webinar. So Baktygul, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you, Ira, and it's very nice to see you again. Even though it's online, I'm so excited to see everyone from my region. Yeah, as Ira said, I am Baktygul Chynybaeva. I am from Bishkek. I have done climate journalism in last 15 years, probably. I have started from 2013, like 12 or 13 years I've done this work. And with Climate Action Network, I started to work from 2022, January. It was very hard time, turbulent time for me. And when I started my climate change journalism, I didn't know that I am doing climate change journalism at all. I was just thinking, oh, I'm doing reporting on environmental issues. And I didn't know any tools, any data tools, anything. And I jumped in and I started to search for some data, for some analysis, and I couldn't find, unfortunately. It was like 2014. I wanted to report on Bishkek's air pollution. Nobody was thinking about Bishkek's air pollution back that time. And when I suggested this topic into my newsroom, they were just laughing on me. They said, oh, Bishkek doesn't have any air pollution. Why are you imagining it? Why are you exaggerating it? You are just pretending to be like a Beijing journalist or BBC journalist. It's not right thing. But I found out that Bishkek has had back that time air pollution and very heavy one. And I started to demand from specialists to give me some data they didn't have, like doctors didn't have, city hall didn't have, anyone didn't have, and I started to seek NGOs, and NGOs back that time didn't do anything on air pollution. And after 2015, they started to do something because air pollution started to be very visible in 2015, and a lot of journalists and media members started to pick up the topic. So, within these years, like tools on environmental reporting changed dramatically. And especially in last 2 or 3 years, AI came into, and I am so amazed and so happy that AI came. And a lot of international media agencies and also a lot of international civil society, NGO members, they are starting to communicate with each other to implement on their work AI. And currently, if you just Google some international environmental organizations or climate change organizations, you can see some implementations on their website, generative AI tools. So today we're going to talk about it. And by the way, I have started my like international climate change reporting in 2021 with the COP in Glasgow, and this is a picture from there. So, what you will gain today, you will discover free AI tools for journalists in general and also for communicators too. The main free tools and resources for environmental reportings. So, what kind of like licensed, trustful main sources we have, and fact-checking tools, of course, and also ethical usage of the generative AI, which is the main question for now. So, and I asked Ira to do some survey. uh, I don't know any results. So, okay, okay.
Now, and
Can
people.
you just do this survey now. If you can just vote here, I want to see who uses what. Can you see the survey? Okay, ChatGPT, OpenAI, yeah.
Yes, the only issue that you can answer, I think, only for one question. So yeah, single choice we have. Yeah, so but we have
Yeah, single choice. So you don't know anything about visual tools for info presentations and also emission climate trackers, yeah? As I understand.
yes, most of the people wrote about ChatGPT and OpenAI, yes, but we also asked several people in our Telegram channel. Yeah,
Mhm.
in there, people also replied that they used somehow visual tools or
Mhm.
some tools for emissions, but of course, most of the people use
Yeah, sure.
only.
It's easy to use ChatGPT and OpenAI and also Midjourney. Okay, I think you have finished your voting, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, we can go on then. So I want to introduce you. I'm just shutting down there, Polly. I'm gonna intro. Have you heard about Google Journal Studio? Oh, no one didn't hear about it, yeah? It's free tool if you just now like put into your like Google Chrome, uh, just type in Journal Studio Google, you will go to the Journal Studio and there you can find these tools, Google Pinpoint, Google Earth, Google Environmental Insights Explorer, Google Alerts, Flourish Studio, Notebook LM, not included to the studio, but it's separate from studio, but still you can use Notebook LM instead of using ChatGPT. It's like free source, tested, and also it's certified and very truthful. So I'm gonna show you uh, the studio itself now, how it looks like. Oh, um, can you see my screen? It's a
Yes.
little bit hard for me to navigate
Yeah, well, you can see it.
with Zoom together. So it looks like this. It's a journal studio for journalists and communicators and whoever involves into the media. So it's a collection of tools to empower journalists and also to empower anyone who wants to be on that track. So it has tools for reporters. So you can use the Common Knowledge Project, Data Commons. You can build up your infographics here. And Fact Check Explorer is amazing tool. If you find something suspicious in the internet, for example, on Instagram or TikTok, if you see some I don't know, some footages of flood or footages of earthquake somewhere happened. And if you're not sure that it's true or false, you can just put into fact check to here that URL and you can fact check it. And it will give you opportunity to see whether that information or video is true or not. So you can use this fact check. It's very nice tool. And Flourish. I love this Flourish. So you can create here charts, maps, and interactive content. You see a lot of maps currently created by Flourish. And it's free. And you can see how many organizations are using it. Even BBC is using it. The World Bank is using it. I mean, it's amazing tool. For example, if you want to create chart of the air pollution or map of the Kazakhstan or Kyrgyzstan in terms of like deforestation, you can use this tool free, Google Flourish. And you can search data here. For example, here, let's try coronavirus COVID-19. So you can find any linked data to COVID-19 or, for example, let's say adults. You can see a lot of data. So like scientific researches. So in our left side, you can see all the data linked to RLC. It's amazing tool. And I love in Journal Studio Pinpoint. Unlock hidden stories, it says, but get started. So I have my Pinpoint account, and if you have like Google account, you can easily use it. So here I have like several folders. So for example, single document says like 41 documents it has inside. So it is collection of PDF files, which I collected when I was doing investigation on environmental violations in Kyrgyzstan. So here in the right side, you can see like surnames of the people of who is inside of these documents, and also organizations and also locations you can see, and you can just click on that and find that document, who is in that and what is in that document, and you can just pull it up and you can find this document right here. So it's very nice tool to search with the keywords and to search with the names and with the names of organizations. So I highly recommend to use Google Pinpoint to store your documents, and when you're searching for something, you can just easily find in this Pinpoint. If you have questions, you can just stop me and you can just ask me questions on these tools. And another amazing tool is Google Alerts. Do you familiar with Google Alerts? No one is not familiar, as I understand. Yeah. So you can create your alerts. So if you wanna, so I created my alerts like can ECCA, can Vector, and whatever link to my name, I created this alerts. And but you can create, for example, let's say air pollution. Yeah. So you will create these alerts and you will get that alert if something happens, if some news appears, you will get that alert into your account, so into your email. And it's very convenient to be on track, to be on the to know every news. And Google Crisis Map shows all of the like environmental crises going around the globe. So you can find all of them in this Google Crisis Map. And Google Map, I love Google Earth. Maybe you are using Google Earth. And here you can create your own project in Google Earth. For example, I created demo project to show you, for example, and the very convenient part of this Google uh, Earth, you can create time lapse. For example, I did dots here in Aral Sea. Okay. And you can see time lapse of the Aral Sea, what changed. Um, it's buildings. So you can ask Gemini, for example, Google Gemini, Google AI. Let's say, okay, you have to pinpoint on the point on the RLC. I don't know why my project is not working, but it was working before, and I don't know, like I wanted to show you how RLC changed within a years from starting from 1917. It was like huge sea, and it had changed it completely, and you can create this time-lapse video here, and you can download it from here. And if you click here, you can just uh, click into file, and you can just push into export and you can download it. So you can create time lapse in Google Earth. And also, I told about Google Environmental Insight Explorer. Amazing tool to see how environment changed within a years. So I put here. Okay, let me find here. So if you are a member of like let's say official municipality, or if you are a member of NGO, you can easily get an access to this. For example, you can see I put Bishkek, and you can have all the access. So transportation, um, buildings, and uh, tree shadows, and also potential for solar panels. So you can download this data, and also you can just ask Google Insight to do more, I don't know, more specific things. For example, air pollution again in 2023, yeah. Oh, it shows me Pittsburgh because I am in the US, and you will get that access very easy if you are in the region. It shows me Pittsburgh. It can't recognize when I am far away. So because my Google location is here in the United States, that's why it shows me Pittsburgh. I think the name is close to Tashkent. That's why maybe they are showing it. But if you are in the region, you can easily get that access. And you can do screenshot here, or if you do right click to the, because of the Zoom, I can't do this right click. You can get the access to download the data. So another important, so Google Scholar, we don't need Google Scholar in our reporting. So let's go back to my presentation.
Baktygul, can
So
I
it's
ask
all about,
you some questions? Because we
yeah.
had a question when you showed the tools that you used for investigation with all these documents. And
Mhm.
the question was about, is it possible to use scans? And we have an answer.
Yes, yeah, definitely. All of the documents which I showed you, they were scans. They were scans. You can put that scans into the pinpoint, and pinpoint will recognize language. Pinpoint will point out to the names and to the keywords. So don't worry about the scans. So you can use it easily. So all of the documents coming from Kyrgyzstan, they were scans. They were not like created by computer. They were just photographs and scans. So,
And
and
now
as
they use different languages, like Kyrgyz also available? You don't know?
yes, Kyrgyz also available, but in Kyrgyz they will just show you names and organizations. Uh, in Kazakh also, but Kazakh is more broadly used, and that's why Kazakh is more flexible, and Uzbek is more flexible because part of the Uzbekistan is using Latin instead of Cyrillic. So Uzbek is more flexible too. So yeah, Tajik, Kyrgyz, Uzbek. I don't know anything about Turkmen because I didn't try use Turkmen language, and it's very flexible with English and Russian, of course, obviously because these languages are main languages of Google. But I told with like last fall, I met with the founder of Google Journal Studio, and I asked her to include like minor languages as, for example, like for example, Kyrgyz or Tatar or such a languages, and she said they are working on it. And this spring, I tried to use Pinpoint with Kyrgyz documents, and it was working. So they kept their promise, and they are working on that to include like minor languages.
And one more question. I'm so sorry. The tool that you just introduced, Environmental Insights Explorer, it's also said that when like visible data isn't available, like we saw in Bishkek, for example.
So why it is it isn't available right now because I am not a member of municipality or NGO. That's why. But you have to register. I tried to register myself as a member of NGO, but they were asking from me my email, like ORG email. And I don't have like environmental ORG email. That's why I couldn't put my name into the registration. But if you have like organization email, it will easily get to you. You can easily get all of the access related to the environmental insights of some certain places, even some small villages. You can like Google some small villages and you can get all of the insights on pollution or solar panel potential or shades of the trees or whatever you want. You can get it. Like it linked to local municipalities. That's why they are asking like either officials or NGO members to be part of this project.
Yep.
Yeah. So next tool is Climate Policy Radar. I love this tool. It's amazing tool to pull up any document linked to climate change policies. So when and it has like more than 15,000 documents inside. I'm gonna show you what it looks like. Um, this is the website itself. So it has a lot of data. It has NLP community, a responsible approach to AI, and also it has like national climate law and policy collections and UN submissions. And yeah, I know that communicators and journalists, they are struggling to find when they are doing reporting or when they are doing statements. I used to struggle to find the original document of the some certain kind of policy. And here you can find, you can search, for example, I searched Paris Agreement, yeah? And you can pull up this document here. You see? It's a 50 documents, 50 texts, and page 7. And you can pull up the original document. Can you see it? Yeah, this is so amazing. And you can download it. You see? Oh my God. It's like, for example, page 1, let's say. Women and gender constituency, yeah, in Paris Agreement, let's say. And you can download it. So it's on your computer and you can use it in your reportings or in your statements or whatever you're gonna report it. And for example, Kyrgyzstan and DC, let's say. Okay, I will go back and I will do new search. For example, Kyrgyzstan and DC. Search in all documents, and I pulled up 2 text documents and urban climate action, the urban content of the NDC Global Review 2022. And you can search in locations, UNFCCC submissions, laws, for example, policies, climate finance projects, corporate disclosures, they don't have anything, offshore wind reports, they don't have anything. And you can search by topics, emission reduction target, net zero target, economic. So it's endless and it's free to download all the documents which you find in this source. So I love this tool in terms of like doing some background reporting on my climate change reportings, for example, or doing some research on when and how NDCs of some certain countries was implemented. For example, Uzbekistan, DC. You can see like capacity building to establish. It was only like 4 years ago. And Uzbekistan has only like 2 text passages, and it's a shame. So it's more broad with, for example, let's say Ukraine. Oh, Ukraine has a word, that's why they didn't include. And this AI tools, this climate policy radar is still building itself. So they are still including some documents, and they promised to include more than 1 million documents by the end of the year. So you will get access to almost to all of the climate policy documents from here if you search. And it's very convenient. You don't have to ask some certain kind of like officials, or you don't have to go to some like official websites and search through them. It's all there and you can get from here. And let's move on to another tool. Okay. Sorry about that. I have to move all the time. So Climate Trace. Climate Trace is a stand for tracking methane emissions and atmospheric carbon emissions. It's very nice tool to search like what kind of emissions in which countries has been done, or how many of them. So you can trace everything from Climate Trace. Oh my God, I have to pull this Climate Trace. No, no, no. This one. For example, I pulled Kazakhstan, and you can see like how many methane emissions, CO2 was in Kazakhstan within 100 years. So it's very convenient data tool, very convenient AI tool to see all of this data, like in the multiple sectors. And you can go to the uh, uh, tool section, and you can see emission map. It's an emission map, and you can see a country inventory or countries, and you can like search, for example, let's say Asia. Oh, yeah, Asia or Kyrgyzstan. Kyrgyzstan. You can see country inventory. In which place Kyrgyzstan in terms of like CO2 emission in 124, and also in and how many CO2 emissions was in Kyrgyzstan within 100 years, 27.27 millions. And you can download it from here. You can either download the link, or download entire data. So you can click here and you can use it in your reportings. And you can click into sector, and you can see emissions by sectors. For example, transportation, agriculture, buildings, waste, power, and you can download this too from here. And trends, what kind of trends like Kyrgyzstan have, you can download this chart too. For example, from 2015, what kind of trends we have in our country in terms of like emissions. So you can download this data. I'm not downloading because I have this data. So you can put, for example, Kazakhstan. Yeah. And you can see trends. Kazakhstan is much more producing CO2. It's like almost 500 million CO2 within 100 years. And you can see by sectors, fossil fuel operations are the largest one, which is like contributing to CO2 emissions. And you can see power, buildings, so you can download this from this website, but these tools implemented by generative AI. So it's very easy. And in addition to that, we have ChatGPT Methane AI. So you can just to put into the search ChatGPT Methane. And you can find Methane Insight by OpenAI. So you can put, for example, Kazakhstan as an emission chart, yeah? Chart for 2024. And it will give you the reliable sources, and it's very different from like normal ChatGPT, the Methane ChatGPT, Methane Insight, and it will give you more insight than the normal ChatGPT. So I will recommend to use Methane ChatGPT, Methane Insight ChatGPT instead of ChatGPT when you are using when you are searching for emission data. So it's very convenient and free. I think ChatGPT's Method Insight is completely free if compared with OpenAI and ChatGPT. So it's built for environmental reporters, environmental people, so it's free. Don't be scared that they will charge you or they will ask you to pay some more money. Yeah. And another thing, do you know about Datawrapper? Maybe someone knows about Datawrapper. Do you know about it?
Yeah, some of them hear about and used, but you can also describe it again.
Okay, I love ChatGPT in terms of flexibility. It's like picks up your data very easily and it can just visualize this in a very small steps and in a very easy step. So you can build up this infographics, which was produced in ChatGPT very easily, and you can share with your editors, and you can share with your website, or you can share in the social media. It's and it allows you to embed your infographic, so hyperlink your infographic, and it allows you to keep your data in private. It's built by German IT members, and so if you have Google account, you can go easily to the ChatGPT, and I will show you how to use it. For example, I'm using it a lot, and to create, you have to create some new chart. Oh my God, this is like annoying, this Zoom thing. You have to go to create new. For example, if you want to create map, you have some like choices. Coral Labs map, symbol map, locator map. Usually we are having, I used to do like Coral Labs map. Okay. And create Coral Labs map. And you should put here, for example, now let's say Kyrgyzstan. Or you can upload map, or you can just type here the say Aral. So first country comes Kazakhstan, for example, regions, let's say, yeah, in 2022. And proceed. You have to put here your data. For example, if you have data on air pollution, for example, what is the rate of in Abai air pollution? You have to put here data from your, for example, you have to create Excel sheet with your data. You have to copy, say, air pollution data in Kazakhstan. Huh? And maybe you can pull up data from here. For example, let's say we can pull up this data. Yeah. And we can create Excel sheet in our Google Drive. I'm using Google Drive mostly. We can just put this data here. and we can copy it like this, and we can go to the map again. It takes some time. Okay. Okay, world, let's say, and add your data. I'm just adding my data, which I copied, yeah, here, and I'm asking visualize. So you can, why it's not visualizing me, the data? Okay, Uganda. Oh, visualize. Oh, I have to delete all of this like extra columns because it complicates. Sometimes Datawrapper is very flexible, but sometimes it gives you some headache. That's why I'm always usually like I am uploading file. I am uploading like, for example, Excel sheet, and I'm then visualizing. Let's say I will show you my visualized infographics, for example. Let's say I did this chart. For example, this chart. I don't know, maybe it's not working simultaneously with. Oh, now I get it. Now I get it why it's not working. It's privacy. I can't share it when I am like showing my screen with you guys because Datawrapper is so sensitive to privacy. And it's like protecting your data from like from some people from other people's view, and you can't get access when I'm sharing my screen because this data is sensitive, and I collected this data within a year, so that's why you can't show. But yeah, now here I'm showing you this data anyway. So try to simplify this map. And maybe if you use like locator map, like street map, you can, for example, Ann Arbor, let's say, yeah, Ann Arbor. It's so strange why it's not like working right now. USA countries, let's say. And say, Pushtuno. This is my country. Pushtuno. I don't know why it's not working right now, but anyway, you can try this like super not flexible, let's say, tool. And you can create some data infographics here easily. I used to create charts. I will show you in my dashboard, maps, and you can share it with your editor. You can put into the website, or you can download PDF and photograph of this infographic very easily. For example, it's loading now. Neurological and psychiatric diseases in Kyrgyzstan, let's say, yeah. And get this data. You can get this data from the chart, and also you can annotate, you can change color, you can just change this style, and also you can download it. You can, for example, if you push to publish and embed it, you republish it, and then you can download it. You can download with embed code, and you can download it as a picture, for example. Yeah. It's on my computer now. download it. Yeah. Let me find my computer. Oh no, it hasn't been downloaded, sorry. I don't know why it's not flexible right now, but it's very flexible, believe me. Maybe it requires some republishing. Sorry. I don't know why it's so slow right now. Oh, here we go. Download image. Okay. Now you can see this image in your computer, for example, and you can use it into your website or video or whatever. Let's move on to another tools. Sorry for being very slow. So Global Forest Watch, which is very transparent, which will show you like what's happening in the forests of any country, and it's very flexible, and it has like corporate responsibility, and it can like check facts and also visible. It was built by some forest protecting organizations, and it's very truthful, and it has very truthful information. I will show you the website. Okay. This is for Kyrgyzstan, and the website itself looks like this. And you can create maps like this. For example, you have to be registered here. For example, let's say Tashkent. Yeah. So you can find any information about Tashkent's forests, like any articles, and also you can go into the web and you can pull up here some area, a region or some country, let's say Kyrgyzstan. Okay, map. For example, I pulled up Kyrgyzstan before, and it is giving me annual tree cover losses, for example, how many trees we lost within like starting from 2001 to 2014. You can see the comparison to, for example, Brazil or Kyrgyzstan, how many trees has lost. You can see primary forest lost in Kyrgyzstan, and you can download this data. So you can see a lot of charts here from 2000 to 2020, how many like hectares has been lost or how many hectares was in Kyrgyzstan covered by forest. It's very particular. And if you are just searching for information on trees, on forests, this is very useful like AI tool. And here you can download, for example, it says like global, but you can just point out to some certain kind of like country, and you can download that country's. It's a global information, but you can, for example, can point out to Kyrgyzstan. Let's say Kyrgyzstan, and you can like in a real like 3D model, you can see where and which areas of Kyrgyzstan is covered by trees. And also it has download option. Let me just take this. Oh, here we go. It has download the data option. So you can download the data. And also, okay, you can analyze, for example, Almaty, yeah? With a total area of NPR, you can analyze Almaty is some area, and it will give you this data. For example, I analyzed Rayembevsky's district of Almaty, or I don't know, the place called Rayembekov in Almaty, and I can see how much tree and how many green areas it has. So analysis, you can put into analysis, and you can go into dashboard, and you can see the entire data here in the dashboard, and you can download it about Rayembekov's district in Almaty, some particular district. Yeah, I was just pulling this data for my colleague to show how Rayembekovsky district changed in natural forest or deforestation topics, and also CO2 emissions in that district until 2020. And it has data until 2020. Maybe they will renew data for today. Yeah, this is very nice tool to use. So it's a check tool. And some additional tools. So I think we don't have much time. So some additional tools, free tools, satellite system and weather monitoring tools. For example, GraphCast, Google Deepmind. Have you heard about Google Deepmind? Some of you? Okay, I'll show you what it is. It's like Google tries to compete with Chinese AI creators. So you can find like very advanced AI tool here, Deepmind, and you can create images, you can create videos from that, but I don't recommend to create like generative AI images when it comes to environmental reporting. It's not relevant and it's not truthful. So that's why I'm avoiding to create images or videos, but I am using Google DeepMind's GraphCast. I'll show you what it is. GraphCast, Google DeepMind. This is a map, literally. You can see 10-day weather predictions in this GraphCast. It's a truthful weather predictions, and you can see some flood predictions too. It built with Gemini, Google's AI, and you can ask Gemini to create your chart. For example, create chart of weather in Kyrgyzstan, let's say. So you can download this sheet, you see, the weather, or you can ask like some certain questions, like, for example, oh my God, this Zoom is just, I don't know, I can't move this Zoom and I can't ask the question. So you can ask, let's say, compare weather in Kyrgyzstan with 1970 or compare weather in Kazakhstan with 1970. And it will give you more like advanced and more insights on the comparing, on the like creating charts. So this is very nice tool to forecasting weather and also for doing time lapse and creating this kind of charts. And another climate change tracker is Climate Central, which I love. This one. Here, for example, I searched like flood possibilities in the United States, and it gave me these possibilities. You can see like red lines, red like squares in the coastal part of the United States, and it's all have right now like flood alerts, red alerts. So, but you can like search, for example, Kyrgyzstan or Kazakhstan environmental Environmental. Okay, it's giving you heat only right now. It's not giving you flood alerts or any other environmental alerts. And it's giving you charts, for example, summer daily anomalies, yeah? And it's giving you tools, what kind of tools you can use to find your information. So Climate Central has these tools, for example, Coastal Risk Finder, Global Climate Shift Index, Flood Vision Risk Viewer. So Flood Vision Risk Viewer is giving you such a kind of like information. If you zoom out, you can see only flood alerts in North America. You don't see any flood alerts in Europe or in Russia or in Japan. So it's highly relevant tool to track some like environmental loss and damage alerts. Yeah, and Atmo AI, it's a weather app. It's a similar with Google DeepMind's GraphCast. So here in Atmo AI, you can also forecast weather. And video audio transcriber Otter AI. Have you heard about Otter AI? Some of you? If you have, for example, a conference, let's say, or I don't know, audio or video to transcribe it into the um, text, Otter AI is the best tool. So start for free. Okay, I will use my NASA profile. I have like Otter AI here. Okay. It says like to purchase, but don't purchase anything. You are allowed to use it like 400 times. For example, I transcribed recent conference related to NATO and US agreements and also like their relationship. So I transcribed it like 3 audios, and I am allowed to transcribe 300 monthly free. So you can transcribe video into text, you can transcribe our audio into text. You just have to, if you are watching, for example, from YouTube something, or even if you are watching right now, you can just push the record, and it will transcribe the all text which I am saying into the text, into the normal Word text, and you can just download it and you can use it into your reporting or into whatever you want. And it's very nice in terms of like using and in terms of citing and quotations. It's very neat and nice, and it's free. And don't pay anything because it keeps telling you to pay something, but please don't pay anything. You can transcribe up to 300 audios per month, and then it's completely free. So slowly and steadily, we are coming to principles of ethical AI usage in climate reporting. So sometimes AIs can be biased. So try to find certified AIs. For example, like a lot of, if you ask ChatGPT some silly questions related to environmental reporting, it can give you silly answers and not fact-checked answers. So that's why please fact-check everything with like Journal Studio's fact-check tool and then use it. Journal Studio's fact-check tool is giving you more insights, more facts, the topic which related, like which you find somewhere, which you like suspicious. So please, whenever you're finding something on AI, try to copy that link, that URL, and to put to the fact check tool in Journal Studio. Journal Studio must be in every table, in every computer of a journalist, of every single journalist and also communicator. It's very nice tool to fact check. Like training data always so biased. For example, if I am searching something in Russian, it can give me completely like another insights. And that's why try to check with other languages, with English, with other languages, with more broad and speaking languages, if you are having some suspicion. And also in terms of like bias, a lot of AI is built up in global north, and they are avoiding to include some information from global south. So that's why check everything before publishing or before sending to somewhere. And transparency and accountability. If you use some certain kind of AI in your reporting or in your statements or in your website or whatever, anywhere, please acknowledge that you used AI. Otherwise, it's gonna lose your credibility, and it will give you like a bad sense of, I don't know. I don't like not mentioning AI in my work. So I always mention that I use something, some AI tools in my reporting or in my fact checking. And sustainability. Uh, we have to be mindful on using AI. We have to know that all the AI tools are using energy, electricity. So please switch off when you have done with AI, for example, with Methane inside ChatGPT or with Datawrapper. My like tabs are full of with AI tools. I'm gonna switch them off right after our webinar. So please try to switch off everything. Don't use it too much because it's consuming energy and it's like producing CO2. Think about it. And also avoid greenwashing. A lot of AIs, a lot of like currently, so many AIs are trying to greenwash and trying to change some kind of like mind of people. For example, currently a lot of like people are trying, a lot of companies are trying to build AIs on nuclear powers credibility and nuclear powers efficiency. So try to think critically when you are using some sort of like some kind of AI, and think about that maybe that idea which brought that AI, some certain kind of AI, is destroying our ecosystem, is destroying our environment. So credibility, acknowledgement, also sustainability, and also critical thinking is the most principles of ethical AI usage in climate reporting. So yeah, thank you so much. And this presentation also made by AI. Uh, so and but pictures are mine. Presentation made by Canva AI. So I am just acknowledging that I used AI.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much, Baktygul. I just also wanted to ask, I don't know, maybe you see in some Central Asian media that they wrote that, oh, we use this AI tool for, I don't know, management data or something else. I mean, I can never see. I mean, only pictures if it's like really visible that they produced by AI.
Mm. Yeah, it's a great question. I mean, uh, like responsible usage of AI is a still big issue everywhere, not only in Central Asia or not only in our region. Even here in the United States or in China, they are just having a lot of discussions whether they could use AI in environmental reporting or can't. But like using tools such as like creating infographics with a real data, much uh, like important than not creating that infographic and just putting plain data into the reporting. I think if like people are putting real data obtained from official or NGO or I don't know credible sources and created by like infographic created by AI, it's okay. And also we have to acknowledge it that we used real data and we used AI tool to create like design or infographic. So acknowledgement is the first thing which comes into my mind when you are using AI.
I mean, we're still collecting some questions if you have. We're not a lot of people in this webinar, so if you have questions also, you can just, I don't know, write or turn on your audio if you have some. I mean, I also have a question about local stories because we are really to support some local stories within projects that we now implement with MediaNet in Central Asia. I mean, most of the data that you shared today, more national one, I will say, what to do with local one.
Yeah.
How do you
It's a
see, and
big
maybe
issue.
how local journalists even can use AI? Maybe you.
I mean, if you use like Journal Studio, Google Journal Studio as your, I don't know, storage place, as your fact-checking place, it's still AI and it's very relevant and credible AI to use. And I recommend to local journalists to store their like PDFs, videos, and everything in Pinpoint. And then when it comes to find some information through among this like piled documents, they can just easily put a keyword and they can pull up that document or pull up that video or photo, and it's very convenient to store because currently like cybersecurity is a big issue. Why I am telling that you have to store in a Pinpoint or in a Google's Journal Studio, because I lost my data. I lost my data last year in November. It was like 10 years data which I stored like within my half of my like journalist life, and I lost it in one single day. And I didn't store some of them, like most of them, in a journal studio, and now I regret. And I don't want anyone to be regretful when it comes to cybersecurity. And journal studio is like I have met with a founder, and she said it's a very safe place and very credible place to store all of the data. And unless you are not sharing that link with someone, it's yours and no one can hack it. No one can take it from you. So that's why like local journalists also they can use like Flourish Studio to create like charts, to create infographics and store in inside. And if you have like, for example, PDF scanned this like old chart, you can just take it into Pinpoint and you can ask Pinpoint to create infographic in Flourish. So it's interlinked and you can do whatever you want inside of the journal studio. It's kind of your platform and your studio, small newsroom where you are owner and you can create whatever you want and you can fact check whatever information comes up. And also there is another AI which is fact checking credibility of the photo sources. It calls Tin AI, TINY dot AI, and you can put any photo into that place, and you can fact check whether that photo is real or fake, whether that photo made by AI or it's a real photo. So you can fact check everything. It happened like so many things happened within Texas flood. Do you remember America had a Texas flood very recently in the spring, and a lot of people died. And there was so many pictures created by AI, like fake pictures, which caused so many arguments, discussions in American society. And I was just taking, like, copying URL and putting into the fact check of the Google Studio. And it helped me to find out which photo is real, which photo is fake. And it also helped me to find out which photos and Instagram posts created by AI. So it's very, very nice tool. Please use Journal Studio. And it's like in my computer, it's in English, but uh, it's very relevant if you use in Russian. Unfortunately, they don't have like Kyrgyz, Kazakh, or Uzbek right now, but you can use in Russian. Yeah.
And coming to Russian, how do you feel, or maybe you don't feel, some disinformation that coming from Russia, and how it can be also checked by, I don't know, AI for our journalists who work in Central Asia or just in region, EECA region?
Yeah, we face this problem within the Radio Free Europe and Liberty Central newsroom when, do you remember in Moscow, the huge terror happened and Moscow officials started to accuse Tajik migrants on that terror, and they were putting the pictures everywhere that they're terrorists, and they link into Daesh, and they post on Instagram. And simply we took these pictures and we put into Google fact check. and Teen AI, and we just started to search some other sources, some credible sources, and unfortunately, like most of the part of that information which were provided by Russian state or state-funded TVs, they were fake. And we just revealed all the fake aspects of the reportings back that time. This is a like very recent example which I have done in my own career, and Google fact check uh, tool, AI tool, was very helpful to find out, and it gives you more options when you are putting URL. It fact checks and it gives you like credible options to that information, so you can compare whether that like Russian information is fake or real, comparing with like, for example, sources in Baltics journals are so fast in fact checking, and they are putting immediately some information if something happens in our area. So that's why, like, relying not only, like, don't rely only to Russian language websites. Just please try to fact check everything which comes up from, for example, Russia Today, especially Russia Today is like huge propaganda tool. So please try to check everything when it comes to Russian sourced information. Yeah. And it's like it's easy right now with the Google fact check in Journalist Studio. That's why I put into my first slide Journal Studio, which is most important tool for every one of us to use it right now. And it has like range of tools inside which I didn't use. You can use it. You can just find out and you can use which tool is more efficient for your job. Because for my job, like Pinpoint is very efficient.
It just reminded me that you also talked about Google Scholar, just mentioned it, but I mean, this is also something.
This is a big topic, actually. Yeah, it requires like another webinar.
Yeah. I just wanted to tell that sometimes you can even find some masterpieces that you can use in your work with, I don't know, help of researcher and other stuff, or local
Yeah,
conferences, etc.
Oxford is building their own AI right now, in terms of like they are not copying actually idea, but they are creating their own AI tool for scientific people, scientific folk, where they can store their ideas, where they can store their documents and whatever they want, and quotations, even quotations they can store in that AI, Oxford's AI. And I am keep receiving emails from Oxford University, so please use our AI. And it's like similar with Google Scholar, but anyway, like Google Scholar is another topic which is so amazing in terms of like citing, in terms of quotations, and also finding like real analyzed sources and articles and whatever you want when it comes to write very feasible and also very effective article or statement in climate change. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Baktygul. I just also wanted to tell that we are fine if you are using AI when you are pitching stories for our call of publication that we also have with this project that n-ost organizing with MediaNet. So you can use AI to pitch your story, but please also check what AI wrote to you.
Yeah,
Is it based
yeah.
something really, really basic, or it's local that we are looking for?
So interesting thing is Era, you can check that pitch which like people are suggesting with the help of Grammarly, and you can just put into Grammarly and ask Grammarly to analyze onto usage of AI, and Grammarly is just pulling up AI usage, and it's like shameful if you are writing it with AI and you are not acknowledging it. Yeah, as a journalist, as a like communicator, you have to always acknowledge, even though if you are pitching like small thing, you have to say, okay, guys, I checked my grammar with, I don't know, Grammarly in this text. So be honest. Don't hide anything. It's not
Good point.
shameful. Yeah, it's not shameful especially in our region. It's kind of a thing that people are blaming people to for using AI. It's not shameful. it's very, I don't know, very efficient to use AI in a meaningful way, in a mindful way. So yeah, why we can't use it if it's like very convenient for us? We have to use, but we have to acknowledge all the time, and we have to be very honest, and we have to check what AI wrote to us, because sometimes AI is getting mad, and they like AI is machine, it's not a human, and we don't have to mix up our feelings that okay and rely only AI. Yeah. Even though when I'm creating my charts in Datawrapper, I have to double or triple or four times check my sheet, my Excel sheet, and I have to check every single data on that. And then I have to check in with a Google fact check, and then I am putting into the final point of the design. So yeah, please double, triple, four time check before putting into AI.
Thank you so much. I don't see any questions in the chat, or somebody want to ask something.
Yeah, you can ask in Russian. I will try.
Or in
I will
Russian. Yes,
try.
I forget to tell it that Russian is possible.
It's possible.
Okay, I don't see anything. I mean, in any case, Vika, you want to ask something? Or just say hello?
Uh, yeah, I wanted to say hello, and I'm really glad to see you both. And yeah, thank you for the webinar. The info was highly useful, especially as I'm started to work as a climate analyst right now. That information was, yeah, really useful for me.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I tried to put only credible sources and credible free AI tools, because even here in the United States, they are just don't they like people don't know which kind of AI is credible, and it's very hard to check their background. And if you go into that website, which I recommended to use, for example, Climate Trace or Forest Watch, you can find out what kind of NGOs and what kind of organizations created that AI tools to you, and it's credible and trustful, uh, and it's like energy efficient. Yeah, I'm against to use AI all the time. That's why I'm just switching off everything. And yeah, and all of the tools are green. And please avoid being greenwashed. And it's easy to be greenwashed right now. This is like complicated, millions of AI tools. Yeah.
I will send you one link article by Carbon Brief, our lovely source of information about AI. Something to think about. Yeah. Okay, so we will finish today with that. And I mean, if you are part of Communicators Network that we organize n-ost together. I'm from n-ost. I forget to tell it at the beginning, but never mind. n-ost doing with Kanika. We're going to have next week on Friday, same time, another webinar with Baktygul, but about your portfolio. This is something important because usually journalist communicators in our region do not think about it. But if you want to participate in international conferences or even apply for a job, this is something that you need to have. Thank you so much, Baktygul. Yeah.
My pleasure. Okay. Bye.
See you next week. Bye
See you
bye.
next week. Yeah. Bye.